Hello and welcome again to another episode of VeleraTV. My name is Brian Scott and I'll be your host today. One of the things I get most excited for every year is the results of our Velera's Ion Payment Study. And this is our 7th year of doing this study. And here to share the results is our Chief Marketing Officer, Tom Pierce. Tom, welcome.
Hi, Brian. Great to be with you here today to talk about Ion Payments.
Yeah, great to have you here. So as we just wrapped that study, what are some of the key findings that are coming out of that?
So we had about 7 key findings with the study. I'm going to touch on a couple of those today. One of the bigger moves was the shift from debit to credit. So as you mentioned, this is the 7th year of doing this study. In our very first year, we saw a preference for credit card as being the top payment choice. The last 5 years, we've seen debit in that top spot. But there was a lot of cash available then. People had it in hand from the pandemic, from the what was being issued from the government for extra payments at that point. We saw the shift back this year to credit as the top payment choice, preferred type at the point of sale, and in many different options, with a 37% over 35% for debit. It also showed in credit card applications. We had 40% of credit union members say they applied for a credit card in the last 12 months. That's just incredible. And particularly interest amongst the younger generations, the millennials and Gen Z were definitely applying for credit cards more often than some of the older gens. Another key finding I'll touch on is digital wallets. So over the last 2 years, we've seen folks that are using a digital wallet at the point of sale nearly double, from about 24% to 50% that say they've used a digital wallet a couple times a week. That's just amazing to see that growth of digital wallet usage. Part of that's due to the availability of more of those terminals at the point of sale, but clearly folks are wanting to use a digital wallet out there in addition to a contactless card.
Yeah, that's great news on more Gen Z and millennials applying for cards. That's great news for credit unions. How about anything that surprised you in this year's study?
Well, I talk about the digital wallet growth, and obviously the shift to digital has been something we've seen over the last couple of years, but it's still amazing of the importance of the card, what the card looks like, whether it's sustainable, whether it's a metal type of card, the look and feel, whether it's contactless. We saw a growth from last year. Last year, we had about 39% of credit union members say that the type of card that the credit union issued helped drive them to make that card top of wallet. This year, that has grown to 55%. So when credit unions are thinking about their cards, they need to look at what the card is made of, the design of the card. It's clearly important to what card people choose to use and pull out of their wallets.
That's really interesting how the actual physical card is back to being important again. So that is surprising.
Brian, it's particularly of interest with the younger generations too. So they're driven by that type of card out there. And I can speak to it even, I've got 4 daughters, 2 are younger millennials, 2 are Gen Z. They know what card they're pulling out and they know the design of the card and even refer to it by a certain name out there. They may have a certain design on the card. So it's clearly important to them and means something to them.
Yeah, the prestige is no longer maybe about what the card's named, but what it feels and looks like. So that's pretty interesting. Any key takeaways that you would say credit unions should take from this study and really do something with?
Yes, I think obviously with the shift to credit this year, the importance of credit card application growth out there, clearly credit unions should be looking at their credit card programs of how those are built. Are they offering digital issuance? Are they able to provide the card to their member as soon as they request it, as opposed to having to waiting for that card in the mail? What's the origination process like? Is it easy to apply for the card and get access? And again, what's the card made of? Making those choices as to what your physical card is made of will drive usage. So clearly examining the credit card program is going to be a big focus for this year.
That's awesome. Tom, if people want to read more about the study, where can they go to find that?
You can go to Velera.com and download a full white paper. I just touched on a few of the results today, but you can see a complete full white paper at Velera.com.
Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for being here. And thank you guys for continuing to do that study. Just great insights every year.
Thanks, Brian. Great to be here.
And thank you all for watching. We will be back with more VeleraTV episodes coming soon.